said clap.
Only clap once.
My name is Shaun Clark. I am the lead StarCraft II commentator for ESL. I've been building my eSports career for roughly 10 years, I suppose. Originally was a professional player, slowly transitioned into a self-employed commentator to finally working at one of the biggest esports companies, if not the biggest esports company in the world. My very first experience was just playing online, I think, because I like esports as just competitive nature against each other. So the first time I really got into esports was playing for online tournaments or online league or ladder. That was the first stepping stone into where I eventually started to compete into tournaments, national and then international. Having been a professional player and grown up in the scene has benefited my commentating a lot. I get to have the insight of a professional player. I understand the way that real-time strategy games work, which is where I have my expertise. If I hadn't have been a professional player, I don't think I'd be where I was now. I don't think I ever took the thought saying, I want to do this. I was just always in it from the very get-go because I started at such a young age. I was a signed professional gamer at 16, 17. I was playing competitively at 14. There was never a day where I was like, I want to do this. It was always, I'm already in it. What's next? Going along. I don't know how. I never thought to myself, okay, I want to do this for a living for the rest of my life. It's just always been my life. I realized I could start to make money in esports and kind of make money on a regular basis when I started to compete in tournaments that offered prize money. At the very beginning, talking 2005 or so, most tournaments that I used to play back in were offering keyboards or mouse or headsets because it was just the easy way to give out prizes. Come 2006 and 2007, there was money on the line. So as soon as there was a regular basis and a regular turn of events that offered prize money, there's the day that I said, okay, well, if I continue to win on a regular basis as well, then I can actually earn all the money that's offered out. Therefore, I can make money. And throughout my career, I've always looked at different ways to make money, whether it be competing, commentating, coaching, going to these big events. So there's always been a steady income from a long time ago.
How are you doing? Are you hanging in there, mate?
I'm good. I'm very good, thanks. Looking forward to this PvP that's coming up.
The average casting session can be a couple of days' work. I guess it scales from, if it was just a one-day tournament, it could be one day prior, getting ready for it. If it's a big weekend tournament, it can be leading up to a week. If it's a world finals, it could be weeks on end. And the stuff that I usually do to prepare for these type of tournaments is understanding every single player that's competing there, understanding how the tournament works, the format, just the scheduling, and just being in the zone, ready to go there. So as soon as I go on camera, I know everything inside and out, whether it be just a simple tournament setting, player strategies, the way the game works, all this type of stuff. And if it's a big one, it can take a long time.
Huck doesn't quite get the appreciation that he should get, as he's actually a very good player, and he plays well. He actually gets a lot of big wins against a lot of big names, and he loses to even bigger names.
The typical day of an esports commentator. Well, I play a lot of the game that I commentate on. I watch a lot of it, and typically it's 12 plus hours of the same thing every single day, revolving the same game. It's playing it, it's watching it, it's talking about it, anything to do with it. I'm usually always doing what I love, StarCraft. There's a massive difference playing professionally now than back when I used to do it. There's an infrastructure set up. There is a easy way to make money usually. There's a lot more teams that offer salaries now for players, whether it be a couple of €100, whether it be up to €1,000. There's tournaments almost every single day, every weekend, from small sizes to big ones. Within StarCraft where I work, Blizzard have implemented the World Championship Series, which is roughly every 3 months there's a new season, which you can guarantee yourself money if you're good enough to play in it. Back when I used to play, I suppose the only big tournament that happened was the World Cyber Games, which was once a year. Everything leading up to that was €50 here this month, €50 here this month. But at the end of the year, there was the big one, which was $15,000 first place. So that was the always lead up to one big tournament at the end of the year, compared to now where it's every week you can make money.
Who is looking to push on? GG! After
The one tip I would give to aspiring commentators is get yourself out there. It's very easy nowadays. Twitch TV is a very easy platform for you to jump on and stream your own stuff. Look for tournaments to cover. There's a lot of the big tournaments are always looking for community commentators, and if you're good enough, you're going to get on there. And if you're good enough, then on top of that, you're going to get recognized and you're going to be able to continue to get work.
Could you have asked for a better player here, really, in Rain, who's on form? He's not playing at BlizzCon, which means he isn't going to be traveling, practicing for that. He's going to be at home preparing and getting ready for San Jose, which is pretty much the next tournament he plays in with no Pro League or anything around.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
The biggest myth in esports is that it's easy. There's no work involved. You sit there and play games and sometimes work a couple of hours or two. That's not true.